should follow your heart. Now, what exactly does it mean to follow your heart? Before you think about, oh, this is some really cheesy topic and I'm just going to go ahead and shut her out real quick. So, some of you might be thinking, oh, it's like a Disney-like dreamland, or it's a fantasy of everything goes right. And I'm so endlessly happy, everyone's supporting me. Well, as I'm telling you to follow your dreams, I kind of hate to crush you and tell you that that's not the case at all. It's really you versus the world. If you have the courage to step out, it's going to be you versus society, your friends, your family, the economy, everything else. So I kind of got curious with this topic because I was like, I think it's an issue because not everyone really seems that passionate about their major, what they're going into. So I conducted a survey on April 27th to the 28th on multiple social media platforms. It consisted of 298 participants of Courage College students. There we go. That was the requirement. 179 said that they were following their passion. They had to answer the question of like, what's the primary reason you chose your major? 119 said that they were following their career path because of either the economy or because it was the easiest, it was the lack of difficulty. This roughly goes down to 60% people are following what they love and 40% are not. Although it's not the majority that aren't following their heart, 40% is a freaking lot, guys. That's a lot of people that are kind of wasting their time on things that they're not happy with. So why did I choose this topic? Why did I pick a topic that's kind of difficult to find stats on, kind of difficult to tell you all why it matters? Well, I think it's such a monumental issue because how many of you right now are following something you love? And I mean something you actually love, not something that society tells you is going to work out. Probably not many. Some of you might. I am. So while you listen to the rest of my speech, I want you to think about two questions. One, what is your passion? And for those of you that don't know, try really hard to think about what you'd at least like to try. Two, are you actually going to make a career out of it or a hobby? What are you doing with it? I have a couple examples that you all might know that are going to maybe motivate you to step on the same path as me and follow what you like. J.K. Rowling, for those of you that don't know, is the author of the Harry Potter series. Her quote was, "By every usual standard, I was the biggest failure I knew." She ended up having, her mother passed away, which pushed her into a severe depression. In the middle of her severe depression, she became unemployed, and her husband divorced her, which left her as a single mom that was unemployed. So she was trying to feed two mouths off of unemployment, like charity organizations. She kept pressing forward. She only had 3 chapters of The Sorcerer's Stone, which is the first book, but she kept going to different publishers. 12 in a row, consecutive, rejected her. And they told her, you should go get a day job, you're never going to make it here. You're not talented enough here, you're not creative enough. Well, she kept going. When her kid was in bed, she made sure she fed her. She kept pushing, she kept going to different publishers. Eventually one said, I'll give you a shot, but you're not going to make it very far. Today, her net worth is $1 billion, and she was one of the highest grossing authors in history. She's the highest female grossing author in history. For those of you that don't really give a crap about Harry Potter, that's okay. Because we're going to talk about another one, which is Michael Jordan. And I'm sure everyone's heard the story of he got rejected from his high school basketball team. Some of you might not know it wasn't because of talent, but rather than lack of height and muscle mass when compared to his competitors. His quote is this: "I have failed over and over and over again throughout the course of my life, and that's why I'm successful." He's arguably the greatest basketball player of all time, with 6 championships, 179 playoffs, and 2 Olympic gold medals. His net worth today is $1.9 billion. And for those of you that still don't really care what I'm talking about, I know you all know who the heck Walt Disney is. And if you're not a fan, kind of offended, but we'll just keep going. So he actually got fired from his first animation job at a newspaper publisher's because of his lack of creativity. And everyone kind of knows him as one of the most creative minds today, or that have ever happened. His 2 quotes that I kind of live my life off of are, all your dreams can come true if you have the courage to pursue them. The other one, when some people ask him, why did you keep going? Why didn't you give up when everyone was telling you weren't creative? He and his brother said this: "We didn't look back for very long. We kept moving forward because we were curious. And curiosity leads us to new doors." Now, he would be about 179 today, and if he was still alive, his net worth would be $130 billion. Bless you. So, but why do I get to tell you all to follow your heart? I made this Just want to show that. It took a lot of time. Okay, why me? My passion is pediatric psychiatry, is telling people why maybe their reality might be different, but they're going to be okay. You're still normal. I'm still here for you. My family is full of a lot of physical doctors. My friends are full of a lot of pre-medical majors. I haven't had one besides my parents and my sister, besides these people right here actually, tell me that you're going to make it, you're good, just keep going. These are the quotes that I deal with daily. If you read a couple of them, of course, just a dumb blonde is the main one. Because I'm told you're not going to make it to medical school, give up. Like, just maybe you should take a step down. I've been told, my professors have been told that I'm not at the level of my friends. And that's something really difficult. But with the help of my family and with me telling myself, okay, my purpose in life is to help people that don't feel like they belong, to help people that maybe just struggle with everyday life. I kept pushing, and I still am pushing. And I struggle with chemistry, and a doctor should not struggle with chemistry, but I'm still going to keep trying. Because my point for you all today is, are you still going to try? When people are shoving you down to the ground and everyone's pulling you back, are you still going to keep pushing for the thing that your life was meant for? Are you going to keep going for your purpose? Because I believe every one of you has a purpose, but not many of you are going to have the courage to step out and do it. So what's the game plan? Does anyone not really know what their passion is right now? Or doesn't know how to make a career out of it? Or are we all pretty set? Oh, good, that's perfect. So game plan is, you know what your passion is. I'm not going to ask you whether or not you're following it or how you're doing so, but I'm going to tell you how you're going to do it. So I'm just going to talk about it just in case someone didn't raise their hand. If you don't know your passion, go out and try stuff. The project this summer is go experiment with different things, try new things, hang out with different people, see what gets you excited, what gets your blood pumping, and then go make a plan B, because some people might be inspired by music, and that's great, like a Brendan, or someone might be inspired by chemistry, like Churro, and those are things that might be hard to have a career in. But make a plan B just in case it doesn't work. So what are the reasons? Why should you follow the path of doing this? Well, I have 3 things. Everyone has a purpose, as I mentioned before, and I strongly believe that. The next one is, if you don't try, you're just going to live the rest of your life not knowing and regretting that you at least you never tried it. You could have been the next J.K. Rowling or Walt Disney or Michael Jordan. The third is a quote from Billy Joel, and it is, if you're not doing something you love, you're wasting your time. So I have one question for you all. When it comes down to it, are you going to have the courage to step out? Because are you going to have the courage to maybe next be the next motivational story? But my main question is just, why not? Go out and try it. Any questions?